Hello and welcome. And today we're going to look at how to keep your customers. And this comes in three parts, and we're on part number one. So, first question, why is keeping your customers so important? It's very hard to get new customers. You have to persuade them to buy something they've never bought from you before. They probably already have somewhere where they are buying the same thing. So, why should they change to you? What do you need to do to get a new customer? Maybe it's about having the right location. Maybe you have the right product that your customer wants. Maybe you open at the time that suits your customer. Or you advertise to attract customers to come to you. Or maybe you have the right presentation or packaging that will convince them to buy. Or maybe it's just the right price. Most of these things you can easily change if you get it wrong, but not location. So for example, you agree to rent a shop for 3 months. This means you will have to pay rent for 3 months. You cannot move. If you choose a bad location, you will not have an opportunity to correct your mistake for 3 months. If you move to a different shop after 3 months, you will probably lose the customers you have attracted to the old place. So you spend time and energy attracting them, and then you lose them. Not a good idea. So getting location right is very important, and you should take some time, do research about other similar businesses nearby. Are other shops doing well or not selling much? Do people do more of their shopping in the area now than in the past, or less? If it is less, every year it will get harder and harder to get new customers. Will your business be easy for customers to find? Does your business need a lot of people walking or driving past or not? So for example, petrol and gas stations need to have cars driving past. No one drives a long way to go to their favorite gas station. The opposite of this would be a music shop. People who buy a piano don't just suddenly decide to buy a piano because they're walking past the shop. They take their time and research to make sure they buy a good one. And they're happy to make a special trip to go to the music shop, wherever it is. Is it good to be near other businesses selling the same or similar things? This varies a lot with different kinds of businesses. Some tend to group together. For example, a food court in a shopping mall has a lot of food businesses in the same place. Why would they do that? Doesn't it mean that the competition is very strong? And yes, of course, it means exactly that. But it also means for the customer, when I'm hungry, I know where to go. And if you and I don't want to eat the same thing, no problem. I can eat vegetarian, you can eat a hamburger, and we sit at the same table together. A hamburger shop somewhere else in the mall won't have as many opportunities to sell as the one in the food court, because people go to the food court when they're hungry. The same situation often happens with restaurants and cinemas in a town. They will be near each other so that if one is full, you don't have to go far to another one. For other businesses, you would not want a competitor near you. For example, a motorbike repair business or a print shop. Now let's look at having the right product. This is a bit the same as location. Of course, you can change your product anytime you want to, but you have used time and energy to attract buyers for your old product, and now they can't buy it anymore. What a waste of time and energy. You might be able to persuade your customers to change to the new product, but they may resist. So for example, Windows has a new product, Windows 11. A lot of people stay with Windows 9 or 10, even though it was free for a time to change to the new product. Why? Because they don't want all the pain of learning the new ways to do things. They have to spend unproductive time learning how to do something they already know how to do. How can that be good business? Trial and error. The other things on the list, opening hours, advertising, packaging, and price, can be sorted out by trial and error. In other words, you try something. If it works, you continue. If it doesn't work, you try something else. This sounds like common sense, and of course it is. But in big businesses, it can be very hard to do. So why is trial and error so difficult? It wastes money. If you try something and it doesn't work, sure, you can try something else, but you've wasted the money you spent on the first thing. And some projects are just too big to risk being wrong. How big is too big depends on the situation. If you are a new company and you have 15,000 baht to buy a computer, and you buy one that will not do the job, there's not another 15,000 baht to buy a new one. If Myanmar decides to expand the port of Dawei instead of expanding Yangon, it can't just decide after 10 years, we got that wrong, we need to expand Yangon. Huge amounts of money and people's jobs and lives are affected. And sometimes it's not 100% clear if it's working or not. Some parts might be working well and others not so well. In big businesses, the careers of senior people are affected. If I support the idea that the business should start a new shop in Pa'an, but it fails, and they now want to open a new shop in Mesot instead, my career will be finished. I will never be promoted or get a pay rise again. It is very important to people who make the decisions to get it right, to help their career. If the decision to close the Pa'an shop will hurt the career of the people who make the decision, they may avoid making that decision so that they don't have to admit to everyone that they were wrong. So the business continues with the failed shop instead of doing something about it. Conclusion. Getting new customers is very difficult, it's expensive, and a lot of things can go wrong. Some of these things are easy to fix, and some are not so easy. Trial and error is okay, but getting it right first time, because you planned well and thought of everything, is better than getting it right second or third time. And this is the end, my friend. See you next time for part 2.